What's up, Wizards? It's Dev from Strictly Strapped Up, Napped Up, and Giving Out Back Rubs, looking at this black-red burn that we checked out on the channel the other day. Haven't seen the deck tech, but ask somebody, or you can just hit show more in the description down there and check out the deck tech. You can just do it that way. That's probably the easier way. Or, best way, maybe, you can just kind of chill today here with me in the lab and play a few games with it. Now, it all started, the saga of this ridiculous deck all started when I wanted to play Fruit of Tizarus, which is like the worst card in the deck. It's won me a couple of games here or there. You know, sometimes it'll do 6-8 damage over the course of a game, but, you know, it's not great compared to the rest of the deck. It's actually good news because, you know, the genesis of the idea, pretty awful, but, you know, the things fell into place to actually form a pretty good deck because the shell is pretty good here. We had to play Kroxa in the deck, which means we not only get a way of directly like doming our opponent, we also get like a huge creature and a way to make them discard cards. And a few of our burn spells also make them discard cards, specifically Carnival Carnage, which has a bunch of uses in the format right now. There's a fair amount of X1s, especially in mono red aggro and mono white aggro, we can take out with this and hit them in the face to trigger Spectacle. And once we trigger Spectacle, we can start playing stuff like, you know, Drill Bit, light up the stage, skewer the critics, fill our yard really, really fast to make sure we can get that Kroxa back on like turn 4, turn 5, you know, at the earliest. But even if it takes till turn 6 or so, that's still relatively early to get a Kroxa out of the yard. And the whole time we're picking apart their hand, hopefully, you know, again, things like Carnage can come in really handy against decks like Control and other slow ball decks like Fires of Invention and whatnot. So just making them discard cards can be really effective against some decks, but against aggro decks, we're just like picking apart their board state. With stuff like Chandra's Pyrohelix and Shock, Bone Crusher Giant and whatnot, Slaying Fire and Skewer the Critic. Slaying Fire has been especially effective. It can take out Torbrands and other 4 toughness creatures, and that can be very important, but it's also just a big chunk of your opponent's life total. But this deck has had a fair amount of success for me in the arena, but it also has a decent number of just like natural enemies in this format. It is pretty decent against decks like mono red aggro, where again it can just like take apart its board state and eventually just play Kroxa, and it's really hard for the mono red aggro decks with no board state at that point in the game to get over a Kroxa. So that's pretty decent. And again, against Fires of Invention, I've been pretty decent in games with this deck, mostly because, again, we can pick apart their hand. It's kind of difficult for them to get real card advantage, and hopefully by the time they can just draw and play a Cavalier or another big creature like that, we've got them on the ropes and we're able to Kroxa or just finish them off with Burn or whatnot. So the Fires of Invention games have been pretty decent, and the ramp games have felt pretty 50-50 as well, but a lot hinges on how many Euros our opponent can cast in a given game against ramps. So I feel, again, like that matchup is fairly 50-50, but when it comes to decks like, for instance, Blue-White Control, taking a look right here, they have a lot of cards that gain life, and especially things like Dream Trawler are just a very serious problem for the decks. Very difficult for us to beat this. But also stuff like Absorb gains them life. Teferi Time Raveler or Bounce a Kroxa, sometimes that's a problem. But that's where Carnival Carnage can be decent sometimes, because it can deal the damage to a Planeswalker if there's a target for it. So you just deal the damage to Teferi after they bounce Kroxa, kills the Teferi, activates Spectacle, then you can start going to town, hopefully. So make it a lot easier to eventually cast that Kroxa again. So I kind of like that, but Teferi is still a serious problem for our deck in most situations. But they also have Birth of Meletis, which gains them life on down the line and can soak up the damage from a Bone Crusher or a Kroxa, and sometimes that can be a problem. So sometimes Blue-White is a real issue if we can't, you know, again, get rid of some of the more important cards in their hand. But there's also Mono Black Devotion, which plays a bunch of stuff that gains them life. The Cat, the Cauldron Familiar Witch's Oven Loop, is really awful to see on the other side of the table, and a lot of people are obviously playing that. But, you know, Timurit is incidental life gain. Ayara is incidental life gain. They also often play a Grey Merchant of Asphodel, obviously, which is a ton of life gain all at one time. So this can be a bit of an issue occasionally, and then obviously the Heliod deck as well. It just gains life, gains life, gains life, gains life. Just all these cards do that, right? So, gains life link, provides life link as well, gains life, gains life. It's just kind of ridiculous in that match, but sometimes we can, if we go first especially, sort of take apart their board state and their smaller creatures and have a bit of a chance, but it can be really, really tough. It all kind of hinges on Kroxa in that matchup, but again, very, very difficult for us to win that one. So mortal enemies in this format we have a few of, but there are some decent matchups for us here, and against a variety of just like janky aggro or combo decks in the format, we pull them apart again with most of our discard stuff. We're good against combos, so that can be nice. And again, against like a lot of like little aggro projects, we have like Chandra's Pyrohelix and a Bone Crusher and Skewer and Slaying Fire, so we've got a pretty good like defense against a number of aggro decks in the format. But again, we got some issues too, so let's run up in the arena and see what happens to us here. Alright, we're in for one against Rudell here, and I actually kind of like this opening hand, like a whole lot. So we'll see if we have to like get more cards, but we have light up the stage for that. I really like something a little meatier, something to really sink my teeth into after the first couple of turns, but it's not so bad, right? Here comes a pretty looking mountain, but nothing. I don't see that every day after mountain. Yeah, let's just drop mountain ourselves and do nothing. Want to be in the Cool Kids Club. That's what they did. That's what I want to do. Alright, opponent's turn. What are you doing over there? Drops Castle Embreth, so it is mono red. Yeah, here comes Rimrock Knight. Of all things. Alright. Cool. My turn. I'm going to take the 2 here, because, I mean, life total hasn't been pressured too much thus far, so. Let's Carnival Carnage this thing, hit him for 1, and then Drill Bit. See what they're looking at here. Okay, so Shock, Rimrock Knight, just a handful of Rimrock Knights, Bone Crusher and Scorch Spitter. So, all right, don't care too much about the Shock. Care a little bit about the Rimrocks. I guess I care most about the Bone Crusher. Yeah, probably. Yeah, screw it. Bone Crusher's probably like the hardest to kill target in their hand. They don't really have a whole lot. Comes Scorch Spitter, but nothing else. Hey, it's a Fruited Scissors. Hey, buddy. So at this point, we can... Maybe I shouldn't have played the land. Eh, it's fine. At this point, I'm going to... Well, first, let's Fruit. That's probably the right sequencing. That's why I shouldn't have played the land first, but... Then light up the stage. Wish I would have tapped the Castle Lochthwain for the fruit. That was really stupid. Auto Tapper strikes again, everybody. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. The Auto Tapper will try to smack you. It's always trying to keep you down. Rimrock Knight on the Scorch Spitter. Let's take some damage as a sort of punishment for not tapping our mana correctly. 2 relying on the Auto Tapper. As always. The eternal struggle. Alright. Chandra's Pyrohelix. Take him out, take him out. Cool, cool. And then I'm just gonna like smack him in the mouth with this Bone Crusher Giant. Maybe we can play it and shock a Rimrock next turn. I'm at 14, but like we're at 12, so it's definitely a thing that happened. Mostly courtesy of this one giant Scorch Spitter attack. Comes another pretty mountain. Rimrocks. Rockin' Rims. Charles Barkley. Let's Bone Crusher. Temple of Malice. It's a... Ooh, that might be actually kind of cool. Let's keep that. But then let's end the turn on these fools. Just got Rudell. Fervent. Ooh, a Fervent Champion. Nice. That's a nice magic card, I hear. Alright, you butthole. I actually kind of want to take 4 here. All things considered, because, like, if I block this Fervent Champion with the Bone Crusher, they're going to shock the Bone Crusher to death. So that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. So I do kind of want to blop there. Kill this Fervent Champion with the shock. And then block this Rimrock Knight that got boosted. Go down to 9. Alright, so I would imagine that if we Carnage here, our opponent is just going to shock our face. So, might actually, Carnival is not a bad removal spell, honestly. Just Rimrock Knight. Hit him in the head. And then, let's see. Fruit of Tizerus? Let's save Slaying Fire. I like Slaying Fire in this matchup because it kills Torbrand. But maybe if we don't need it to kill Torbrand this turn, EOT will just hit him in the face, put him at the same life total. Then maybe like Fruit of Tizerus can just like end up winning this game. Let's see. Here comes Bone Crusher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in our yard. Alright, Bone Crusher, do your thing. We can cast Fruit of Tizerus twice. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We can put him at 5 effectively. They're going to end up burning us out of the game. That's what it looks like here. Because Slaying Fire will actually end up doing 2 damage to us because it's targeting a Bone Crusher. Put us at 5. Which is actually 3, because again, they got this shock just like lurking. A brave person would activate Castle Locthwain, but you know, that ain't me right now. Fruit of Tiz puts him at 11 as they gawk for a moment. Bro, are you really Fruit of Tizeriusing me? Yes, I am. I'm doing it again. Another one. Oh, snap. Oh, can we do it? Did we screw ourselves last turn? 1, 2. Oh, no, you did it. That's cool. Alright, opponent. What you got? What you got, hot stuff? Alright, they're going to go ahead and shock us. That's all well and good. Whatever. Kroxa makes him... Ooh, discard Embercleave. That's pretty straight. And then Kroxa comes back. Let's make sure that we hold on to that fruit, because I think it's the only card we can hold on to. Alright. Here comes Kroxa. We got the opponent at 11 with no cards in their hand here. So they're at 8, so they cannot survive an attack step if they cannot block this Kroxa. Or have a card to discard to it that's not, you know, a land or something. So Runaway Steamkin, they can block. Oh, okay. Whoo, Slaying Fire. Okay, the adamant, it doesn't really matter. And get in. That's it. That's it, buddy. Wow, what a comeback against Mono Red. Nice. Nice. That is exactly, by the way, what I was talking about. How we draw it up against Mono Red when I was talking about this deck. You know, I specifically said that we can take out their small creatures with burn and stuff like that, and then land a Kroxa in the late game, and it's really hard for them to beat Kroxa. And that's exactly how that S went down, kid. So, like, just take note of that. Again, that's how we draw it up, and that's how it happened. All right, we're up against Taco Cat for this one. That's a really good arena name. Just props to you, but this is a decent hand. Props to us on a decent hand, right? This is actually really schwiggity because what we can do is second turn Kroxa and then third turn Kroxa Drill Bit. That's just really nasty, almost no matter what the opponent has. So we've also got Emergency Bone Crusher Giant if anything gets like too nasty in the early game. So all's well and good. Ooh, really wish that we knew what our opponent was playing because like Chandra's Pyrohelix is good against some stuff and terrible against a lot of stuff. So I actually think, well, I'll keep it. Yeah, I'll actually keep this right now. If our opponent's playing creatures, it's really good. If not, then it's another spell in the yard, so sure, that's totally fine. Let's Blood Crypt. Kroxa. Opponent played Plains turn 1, so I wonder if it's blue-white control or if it's like mono-white that didn't get a 1-drop. What you doing? Dropping Fable Passage. Wonder if that means we're going to kneecap their lands this game. Alright, so Plains. Plus Fable Passage. Yeah, I was going to say Fable Passage doesn't really sound like mono-white, so alright, Birth of Melodus comes down. This might be a rough match for your dude. We got another Kroxa. That's nuts. So, alright, our life total doesn't matter so much against this deck. Let's Kroxa. Really would like another land here in the next couple of turns. Get rid of a plains, the one that they got from birth, but that's fine because we got this drill bit. What do you have over here? All right, so Elspeth Conquers Death, Treacherous Blessing kind of sucks, and then cast it next turn. Also Oath of Kaya isn't great. Gaining them life back is not cool, but whatever. Got another Kroxa, right? So we might just get this Elspeth Conquers Death by proxy. I'm gonna get this Treacherous Blessing out of our hand for now. Although Treacherous Blessing like could kill them if you combine it with our burn and stuff, but I don't know. I just don't want them to draw more cards. I really, really, really don't want that. So, okay, let's Kroxa, right? let's totally do that. Gonna get rid of this land. I'm almost certain. Oh no, we got the Elspeth Conquers Death. Okay, cool, cool. Huh. Does keep us from getting Spectacle that turn, but whatever. We can always just like Bone Crusher and then Skewer the Critics. That's a thing to do. That's 5 damage. Ooh, Agonizing Remorse. What are you going to get? Probably the Bone Crusher. Yeah. Solid threat. And you are down to no cards. Ooh, an Underworld Breach. Really don't have enough, yeah, to really make that worth it. Usually you want to draw Underworld Breach like super late in the game. Alright, let's Chandra's Pyro Helix. Your face. Your mama. Sorry for roping your opponent. 16. Skewer the Critics. 13. Top deck something, opponent. It's a land. Gets him to Scry, though, and it gets him to 5 lands, too, so that's pretty good. It's actually not a bad play at all. So we need, like, one more card, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more land is what we really need. I'm just going to play Bone Crusher as a creature. Make our opponent answer it in the next few turns. Ooh, Doom Foretold. That's exactly what does that. Yikes. Doom Foretold. Ugh. That's a bit of a nasty card, honestly. Alright, so if we light up the stage here, what's going to happen is our opponent's going to sacrifice Oath of Kaya, it's going to come back to us, and we're going to have to discard this Underworld Breach. Which I don't absolutely love, but I don't absolutely hate either, because just discarding cards gets us closer to this Kroxa, and like, we don't need Underworld Breach. Even if we got to Underworld Breach, we wouldn't be able to like recast a bunch of cards all in one turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and Lups here. Try to get a land. Ah, we didn't. Jeez. But maybe that means we'll get a land next turn, right? Just blasting through pockets. Golden Egg. But our opponent's going to trigger Doom Foretold this turn. Ooh, an Oath of Kaya. I don't love that. I mean, I love all things, but I don't love that. Up to 18 now. It's not a great place. We did get the other land that we needed. That's pretty cool news. That's pretty awesome. Honestly, like, I'm thinking about just playing this Kroxa this turn and then drill bidding them or something, but like that doesn't matter because I'll have to discard the card one way or the other. I guess, yeah, just Kroxa. Just do it. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's not really anything else in here I care about that much. Alright, what you got? What is that card? Anyway, an Agonizing Remorse. Cool. Cool beans. That actually could... it has the potential of hurting in this game, but I mean, we have 2 more Kroxas in the yard. At this point, I kind of would like to draw a Castle Locthwain, honestly. Although we are at 8. Like, we've taken some damage this turn, or this game. Dance! Oh my god! Kind of didn't expect Dance to the Man, so it doesn't do a whole heck of a lot for them, but that does kind of hurt. Oh, cards. Cards. They hurt so bad. And our opponent's at 21. It's going to be really difficult for us to win this one. Especially if we just draw Swamps. Alright, we're at 5. Make our opponent discard. They're not going to block. They'll just go to 15. And then we'll go to 3. Opponent gets another wall. They'll probably just block with this wall, and that'll be that. Really not liking our position from here. I'm going to no attacks. But again, our opponent just drew 3. And they've got life to play with here. So Taco Cat, Looks like they put us in a tough situation. For exactly the reasons, again, like I was saying with the mono red deck, exactly the reasons I outlined earlier. Maybe not absorb to Teferi or anything, but like these Oath of Kaias, like any life gain just hurts us. You know, Oath of Kaias, Birth of Melodus, the Doom Foretold gains them life as well. The Doom Foretold. I'm just gonna drill bit you. Just for kicks. It's an agonizing remorse, that's fun. Well, what are they going to get out of there with this Elswith Conquers Death? Probably, nothing. Absolutely nothing at all, so that's not really a threat whatsoever. I'm going to no attacks. I'm staying in this game just because, like, at this point, even though they're in an amazing position over us, like, you really never know. So, but soon I think we will know. Okay, there's a shock that costs us 3 to cast this turn, so that's pretty cool. But I think it's still worth casting. See if they have an absorb. That'd be cool. Okay. Alright, so I guess we can start going attacking now. I mean, shock is technically all we really needed, right? So we get a Godless Shrine out of their hand. Sacrifice Golden Egg to gain 3. Block. Cool. I mean, you know, could be worse. Could be way worse. Golden Egg. Draw a card. That's cool. Take some damage. Whatever. Eventually, they're going to get a Trawler, and I imagine they have Trawler in their deck. Birth of Melodus again. Do you even have any more planes? No, I don't believe they do, actually. Land for us. The thrilling land. Whatever. Let's just attack, right? We're doing at least 3 on this step, so. Golden Egg. Actually, we're doing 0 on this step. In case you didn't notice. Opponent stays at their starting life total. Nice balancing act. We're gonna keep a mountain in our hand just to be tricksy a little bit here. Kai's Wrath. Whoops. All right. We can still get a. We drew another land, dude. Come on, man. All right, Kroxa. But get that drill bit. Yeah. All right. So now if our opponent kills our Kroxa, it's going to be an uphill climb to get another Kroxa again, but yeah, you got to do what you got to do, and that's definitely what we have to do. All right, they gain 2, they're at 19, but they have a naked board over there. 1 card in their hand. What is it, opponent? What is it? Is it possible that we actually somehow pull this off? Is it somehow? No, you're looking at your graveyard. Did you get another dance? Ah! Oh, good game. Good game. Good game, good game, good game, good game, good game, good game, good game. That's just so nasty. Oh, man. They really needed to draw that, and boy, did they. Man. I made the cardinal error there. I said, is it possible we can do it? And, like, Arena always wants to prove to you that, like, you can't go around saying stuff like that. So let's get another one in and see what happens. We're up against Hubris with a handful of burn. I mean, there's a lot of burn in there, but it all does 2 damage. Aside from Slaying Fire, it pretty much all does 2 damage. And we got a Swamp in our opener too, so it's going to be tougher to get the full value out of this Slaying Fire. Temple of Enlightenment. Ugh, control again? Is it control again? I mean, what else would it be at this point? Man. This and Mono Red are just about all anyone's playing nowadays on Arena, so, I mean, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other in most cases, right? I mean, you'll win against Mono Red. As long as you go first, you'll usually win. And against Control, you're probably going to lose the majority of those matches, so. Kind of a weird paradigm in this standard. Actually, it's an age-old paradigm. Some would say a fairly boring paradigm, to be quite honest with you. But let's Bone Crush a Giant. Force them to answer that. I mean, they have the wall, but they still have to answer the Bone Crusher for real. Go with the planes here. And then what? They can't absorb. I think that's worth pointing out. Birth of Melodus. Ugh. Card is so good. Another Pyrohelix. Like, actually, really? Seriously? You sure, buddy? Bone Crusher your face. Skewer your face. Attack with Bone Crusher. Alright, opponent at 13, but they're gonna gain some life here, get another wall, then they're gonna gain some more life. So they're actually at 17. Opponent with a Fabled Passage. Going ahead and popping that pimple. Getting that plane, so they can't absorb now, they can do whatever counterspell they want to. But what will an opponent do against an onslaught of Chandra's Phoenix, of Pyrohelix? I really did not expect a Kiora Behemoth Beckoner. Woof. Alright, untap a permanent, maybe get it ready for counterspelling. That'd be cool. Be a cool thing to do. You see what the auto tapper's trying to do? Do you see this, everybody? They're trying to screw me out of drill bit. That's very cute. Let's get in on an opponent here. Block, right? I mean, that's what it's for. Yep. Just wanted to see if they would spend mana on something there. Chandra's Pyrohelix, opponent. Two to the face. Then let's see if they counter this drill bit. Well. Oh, did the auto tapper still... Did I do that? Did I do that? Am I Urkel right now? Did I do that? Did I do that? Did I talk all that garbage about, like, look at the auto tapper's about to screw me, and then I tap the black source? Did I do that right now? Am I the a-hole? I think I might be. That's okay. Get another shot at it, but this time, if we get something, I guess it would have happened regardless, now that I think about it, but if we get something out of their hand, they can just, like, Elspeth Conquers Death it back, so that Dream Trawler in their hand is safe. All things considered, it's very safe. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Plus Bone Crusher. Never forget Bone Crusher. I really would like another land here. I'm going to Pyrohelix them. Cancel. Let's tap the lands correctly. Chandra's Pyrohelix. You're the only target. There's the damage. Drill bit, you. Oh, nice. Nice. Good game. That's just to the point of parody. 3. Oh my god, you gotta laugh at stuff like that. Alright, we got one here against Goblin Guide, and it's not looking terrible, especially if they play a target for Carnival Carnage. Look at this awesome board. Look at this board. I played on a couple of cool boards recently that just slip in occasionally, but like, haven't seen this one yet. This one's awesome. This one's really, really cool. Alright, Temple of Malice, start things off here. Carnival Carnage. I don't know that we need 2 of those. Put it at the bottom for now. See our opponent leads on planes. Oh no. Pious Wayfarer. Well, we can't just Carnival Carnage that away. That kind of sucks. Meh. Oh well. Let's, do we just say go here? What is this deck? I'll just drop tapped Blood Crypt. Say go. See what's up. Is this the like black-white Eidolon deck or just the... Maybe it's just mono-white. Huh. Okay. Cool. Wayfarer's coming in for 2 this turn. Oh, excuse me, 3. Uh-oh. Whoa. Damn, buddy. You big. You real big. Alright. Well. That's a big boy over there. I guess I could just skewer it. Yeah. Will Carnival Carnage target the All Seed, hit the opponent. That allows us to skewer the Pious Wayfarer. And we can still light up the stage. Or Drill Bit. I like Drill Bit, actually. Yeah, that's punishment. Double Staggering Insight. So it's blue-white. Let's grab a Staggering Insight. Card seems very, very good against us. And they do nothing, so that's probably good. I would have probably liked to get a land there. To be 100% Oprah honest. When a Fruit of Tizarus the opponent, we get to cast it, yay. Let's light it up. No land. Jeez. Shock the opponent. Put him at 15. Okay. Not bad, if I do say so myself. They do nothing with their third land. Slaying Fires all around, everybody. Let's just dome our opponent. Can we win off of damage in our hand, basically? 10-9-8-7-6-5-4-3-2-1-0, so hopefully they don't gain any more life here. Hey, that adamant. Put him at 7. Let's win this race. Hail Mary, full of grace, help me win this stock car race. Alright, we get a Kroxa, which I will play. What you got, opponent? What you gonna do when Kroxa runs wild on you? Discard a Blessing. Karamestra's Blessing. Pious Wayfarer. And then they'll, I'm sure, Sentinel's Eyes it. Or Staggering Insight. Staggering Insight. Four. So we can just Slaying Fire the Wayfarer. Haha, very smart. Now we can just skewer it. We Carnival Carnage. That'll put him at 6. Skewer the critics to finish off the Pious Wayfarer, and then Drill Bit the opponent. That sounds right to me. Carnival Carnage. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But if they don't gain any life, but they will gain life because of Staggering Insight. Yeah, gotta do it. It's alright. We get another land, we can play this Kroxa. Drill Bit. Okay. So, see what our opponent top decked. Apparently, nothing of note. They're going to scoop it up. Okay. That's, again, that's how we drew it up against aggro. Just, you know, when you can, hit them in the face. When you can't, kill their creatures, right? So, especially against these aura-based decks, we often have the chance to take out a creature while our opponent is playing an aura. We probably could have done that this game, but I was more concentrating on getting creatures off the field so that we could just, like, kill our opponent with either Kroxa or the Slaying Fires and stuff. But either way, our opponent saw that things were not looking good, so they scooped it up. Again, against these small aggro decks, we have a lot of game. Alright, back in the lab here with Red Black Burn. Let me know how you felt about it. One thing I think the deck could use, to be honest, is sweepers and stuff maybe in the main deck. You know, stuff like Storm's Wrath. Actually a pretty sweet card. It does kill like Bone Crushers, but it doesn't kill, you know, Kroxas and whatnot, so I'm not that worried about it. You could also do like Ritual of Soot if you wanted to. It's definitely something to include, but you know, as far as the sideboard goes, this is the one I was just trying out the other day. I've changed it a little bit since the video. We're not playing a sweeper in this board. We're playing Rotting Regisar. To just kind of like have a huge creature to block or to just attack into other decks. So Playcrafter was in there to get rid of Dream Trawlers, which we saw is a huge problem. In one of the funniest drill bits I've ever cast. 3 Dream Trawlers in their hand, but in that situation, Playcrafter wouldn't have been great, but usually it is pretty good against Dream Trawler. But in any case, let me know how you felt about these games, like anywhere that I went wrong or anything. And of course, if you want to play the deck in paper, you can check out the link in the description to your TCG player. That's the cheapest place to pick it up, so you might as well. It's a fun deck to play, and there's got a lot of potential, you know. You could always fill out slots like Chandra's Pirate Helix in different ways. I don't think Underworld Breach even has to really be in the deck. You could do something with that slot. There's just a lot of things you could do. You wanted to play a longer game, you could play like 6-mana Chandra, maybe. It's a possibility. There are things you could do, but still, let me know how you felt about it, how you'd change it, and any misplays that I made down there in the comments section. Like the video, I guess you can subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Hit the bell for notifications. And then check out the Patreon too if you want to support content like this and like help pick what decks we do. It's just like $1 a month. So yeah, do all that stuff, and I hope you guys have fun. I had fun this time around, like I usually do. It turns out I like playing my decks. So that's probably for the best. That's a good sign. But anyway, you know, do all the YouTube stuff, and thanks for stopping by and chilling out with me, y'all. I guess I'll catch you cats later. I'm Dev from the place. Thanks for watching, my wizards. Spread love and be kind.